This is course 2, lesson 33, comparing and rounding decimals. So we're going to compare decimals, or to put them in order. We're going to line up the decimals and compare the place value digits. So to do that, I'm going to align all of my digits, and so I'm going to move them to line up all of my decimals. And I am then going to look at my place values. So what I can look at is, okay, so I have all my decimals lined up, and I want to look at my first value of tens. So if I was going to compare them or put them in order, I can see that my 0 is lower than my 1 and my 1, so I'm going to put this one first. So my 0.025 is going to go first, so I can write that as 0.025. I then want to look at my next number, because these two have the same first tens value, tenths. I have a 1 here and a 1 here. And I want to look here at my next value. I can see that my 2 is lower than my 3, so I can write it next. 0.12, and my last number there is going to be 0.135. And that's how I would put those in order, from lowest to greatest. I could also put those from greatest to lowest, which then they would just be backwards. So being able to compare those place values is what we're going to look for. So we're going to round 23 and 567, 898 to the nearest thousandth. So we have to remember which spot is our thousandths, so we can count. This is our tens, our hundreds, and our thousandths. So we're going to round this to the nearest thousandth. We know I'm going to round my 7, and to do that I need to look at my next place value, which is 8 here. And my 8 is bigger than 5. 8 is greater than 5, so I'm going to round up. So my new number is going to be 23 and 568 thousandths. So we always find our position, and then we round to our look at our next number to round up, or if it's lower, we can round down. So we have to make caution. We have to know the difference between thousand and thousandth. That depends on if we're rounding before the decimal or after the decimal. So let's take a look at this number. 468, it's not a very good 8, and 364, 5, 6, and I want to round this one to the 100, nearest 100. So I have to realize that that is before the decimal. So here I want to round it to the 100th, and I'm going to look at my next number at 6, and that is bigger than 5. 6 is greater than 5, so I'm going to round up. So I'm going to round this to 400. Oops, excuse me. I'm going to round this to 500. If you have questions, make sure that you ask those in class, and we'll see you in class.